start on today, and I have an apron that I made. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. It says D for Douglas, but I made it. So we are doing roasted vegetable orzo salad. So the first thing we have to do is get the orzo started. Orzo is a pasta, and it's like an oval shaped pasta. So the first thing we're going to do is measure out a cup of orzo. We can find the measuring cup. We have all of our vegetables out. I think we have everything out that we need. We've got some hummus, because we're going to make dressing out of hummus. I know not everybody likes hummus, like just straight with vegetables, but it's going to be the base of our dressing. So I've got about a tablespoon of butter, and I'll put that right in my pot. And I'm going to start my pot on. I'm going to put it on 4, which is like medium. I put that cup of orzo right in. And just kind of mix it around a little bit. And it's got to brown up a little bit for about 4 minutes. Orzo is 1 cup pasta to 2 cups liquid. So I'm waiting for my butter to melt. I might use a little bit more butter. This is a pretty healthy dish. And you know how we do. Let me turn the light on. This has got to cook for about 4 minutes, just like this, with the butter. It helps release the starches. As you are cooking the orzo, it will start to brown a little bit, and that is what you want. It brings out the color. As you see now, it's more of a golden color than like the off-white yellow, and that's what you want. So now I'm going to grab my 2 cups of liquid, and I'm going to stir it right in there. Zhuzh it around a little bit, and now we're just waiting for it to come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we will cover it. So the orzo, we're waiting for it to come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we'll cover it and let it do its thing, just like rice. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and open up our can of garbanzo beans. Try to have everything. I'm going to strain them right in my sink, and then I'll prep my vegetables and roast them. But I want to go ahead and start my dressing, that way it does kind of marinate and get all the flavors going. So let me grab a little bowl real quick. So I've got some hummus. You can use whatever kind you want. I'm going to take some salt and pepper. I have my handy dandy Star Wars lightsabers that I love, but the pepper I think might need new batteries. When I'll do this, I want it to come down, so I might have to go back to my original salt. That one works really well. Let me grab a whisk. The orzo, I'm going to check the orzo really quick. Okay, the orzo is boiling a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and give it another stir and let it boil a little bit more before I cover it. So we're back at the dressing. We've got our salt, pepper, our hummus. We're going to take a little bit of water just to thin it down. And I'm going to take a whisk. I don't know, that might be a tablespoon of water for now. And I'm going to whisk that really well. Now I'm going to take a a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to drizzle it right in as I stir. This is a Mediterranean dish. Taste. Very good. Add a little bit more water. And I might add some more hummus. That way we have a lot of dressing. The orzo. I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to lower it down to low or low simmer, whatever your oven has. And it's going to hang out for about 15-20 minutes, but it can do its thing just like rice. Okay, I've got my air fryer out. You can totally use the oven to roast your vegetables. You do it however you want to do, but the oven, it is warmer today. It puts off a little bit more heat, so we're using Big Daddy over here today. So I'm just going to throw this just like this right in the fridge to get it out of my way. And we're going to start cutting up some vegetables. I'm going to throw them in a bowl, season them, and then throw them in the air fryer. Cauliflower, which you can buy a head of cauliflower, but this is easier, so I'm going with this. I work all day and I don't feel like messing with it. I'm using carrots, a red onion, a bell pepper, whatever color you want to use, and zucchini. Make sure you wash your vegetables before you cut them up. I know it's silly and a lot of us know that, but on Golden Girl she says, Rose, have you started to forget to wash the fruit before you eat it? Because she's acting crazy. Of course. All right, and you always have to taste your vegetables because raw vegetables are the best. I'm going to throw in some baby carrots. I'm not putting a whole lot of carrots in there because we are going to have the cauliflower. And the same thing with cauliflower. I do it in different sizes. That way I do get the different textures. Some of it will be more roasted than others. I'm going to say half an onion. I'm thinking, don't be silly, you have a knife in your hand. They're so much better cooked than raw. Leave them kind of chunky. And I'm going to throw that right in my bowl, right on top. My bowl is full. So I'm going to use some olive oil. I normally have Greek seasoning on hand, but we have been eating a lot of Greek-based foods, so I have used it all. I'm just tossing it. I do like to coat my vegetables with the oil before I dump all the seasonings on there. For me personally, I believe that your seasonings stick a little bit easier. So now that that's all tossed in oil, I'm going to add salt. And this is Himalayan salt. You can use whatever kind of salt that you like. And you do want to season your vegetables very well. Pepper, we're actually going to go with ground pepper because that will take forever to season all this. And if this looks a little bit lower, it's because I've sat here and ate carrots while I'm doing other things. You use whatever makes your heart happy. Harissa. This is actually an Indian-based seasoning, but I am going to add a little bit to it. A tad of cayenne pepper. Some garlic powder because it is a favorite. Onion powder. even though you put onion in, because why not? Garlic and onion powder, I think, are some of my favorites, and they're so basic. Okay, I am going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning. Not a whole lot. Turmeric is one of those seasonings that's good for inflammation. There's so many good things to it. Oh, and I've got some fresh ginger I need to use. I have a little microplane here, and I've got some fresh ginger. It smells so good. And I'm gonna use the big side. And I'm just going to put that fresh ginger right in there. Do not slice your hands. That is one of the worst things to do. These little things are so handy. My mom got this for me. I'm going to take these vegetables and I'm going to throw them right in the air fryer. And that's if they even make it to the air fryer, because with all the seasonings on them, you'll want to eat them raw. Now I'm going to put it right in the air fryer. Oh, I need a bigger one. And I'm going to cook it for 20 minutes at 400. Halfway through, I'm going to shake it. So I'm checking the Orzo, and it is done. So I turned it off. Oh my gosh, look how yummy and creamy that looks. Our 10 minutes are there, so I'm gonna pause it. Our vegetables are roasting, very nice, very nice. I'm shaking it up. Shake, 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 Sonora. All right, pop it back in for the remainder of the 10 minutes. In the same bowl that I mixed all my raw vegetables up and seasoned them, because it's got the seasonings in it, so why not? I'm gonna go ahead and dump my Orzo right in. This is a warm salad, but I'm gonna go ahead and dump that right in just to get it ready for the vegetables. Okay, so we've got about 1:30 left, but our vegetables are roasted. And we're going to toss it right in with the Orzo. Flying carrot. All right, toss that all together. Whew, get a steam bath as you do it. So now we're going to take our garbanzo beans that we had draining, and we're going to throw those right in. And we're going to take our dressing that we made homemade and pour that right in there. The Orzo will soak up all this flavor. This looks so good. This is a very healthy dish, even with your pasta. This is very heart friendly, gut friendly. Then toss it with some feta. And like I said, if you use like a vegan feta, it would be a vegan meal. Doug is a huge meat eater, so for me to be able to make this and have him eat it is wonderful. Thanks for being with me this week on In the Kitchen with Mommy, another Peak Hunting Productions.